Hello everyone. Today we are going to go through some mother-in-law stories. This is actually a series of stories from Hot Effect 7171 on Reddit. She has 3 stories starting a week ago about her mother-in-law. By the time this comes out, it might be 2 weeks ago. So I'm going to start off with the first one, and it is called Mother-in-Law is in Love with Her Son. Please give me advice, I need help. Me, 19 female, and my partner, let's call him B, live with his mom and his brother. For context, I moved 5 hours away from home to move into mother-in-law's new house she bought. We have been living all together for 8 months. Me and B can't currently afford to move out and live alone until December this year. When me and mother-in-law are alone, she tells me stories about B still being in love with her stretch marks and rubbing them any chance he gets. He loves to feel them. He will cuddle up on the couch with me and do it for hours. I asked B if this is true, and he confirmed it was true. When he was a child. Why is she constantly trying to make me jealous? I don't feel jealous. I feel resentment every time she does this stuff. Every time we leave our room to go to the kitchen or outside, etc., she will stop him in his tracks and grab his cheeks and say, "Oh, I love you, my handsome darling boy." He says that she's never done it until I moved in. If he leaves the room alone, I don't hear her doing this weird face grabby thing. Thin walls. It's only when she knows we've been spending time together alone. Weird, or am I overreacting? So I don't think you're overreacting. This sounds like classic, maybe his dad wasn't giving her attention, or because you just said that she bought the new house, maybe his dad wasn't in the picture. So, in the end, she's trying to get the loving attention from her son that her husband should have given her, and he just didn't. So, they're projecting the partner love onto their child. Another scenario. Mother-in-law gets home from a trip away for 5 days, and within 2 minutes, B, you're such a snob, come say hi to me. She needs his constant attention and affection. I think it's so strange when she's a fully grown woman and only demands his attention. I've never said anything to her about how uncomfortable she makes me. But B reassures me that she's just being a weirdo and he doesn't understand why she's doing it. I'm sorry this is boring. I'm just wondering if anyone else has any similar stories or ideas on what to do. Keeping in mind I'm stuck in a house with someone I hate for another 6 months. So considering you're going to be there for 6 months, you're kind of just gotta keep your mouth shut. Because I am 100% a believer that you deal with your own family. Your spouse doesn't. So your boyfriend or husband needs to deal with his mom on his own. It's his problem, and you're telling him, hey, this makes me uncomfortable. He needs to set that boundary. He needs to stop her, because if she's never done this before, he needs to be like, why are you doing this now? Why is it only in front of her? He needs to set that boundary. Edit. Thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate every single comment and DM I've received. Really looking forward to leaving and cutting her off completely, and so grateful to have a partner who supports my decisions and is helping me get through this. If you have ever been in a situation like this or feel trapped, just remember that every day is a day closer to leaving. Every second that passes is a second that you've been strong enough to keep going. Gotta keep your heads up. Hashtag creepy mother-in-law. Okay, so I'm going to tell you I've already kind of given you my comment. Here are a few others. She is trying to be territorial. She wants you to be jealous of her, but the truth is she is jealous of you. There isn't much you can do or say while you are living in her house. If your boyfriend tries to put a stop to it or call her out for it, she might throw you both out. The smart thing would be to find a different place to live and don't go around her at all. Do you go out to college or work? Until there is a point at which you could move out, you need to limit your contact with her. She sounds rather jealous of you and is being possessive of her son, without respecting the fact that he is an adult now and is in a relationship. Again, this comes back to her spouse wasn't giving her the attention that she wanted or needed, so she is projecting that onto her son. She would absolutely love for you to react to it, so the best thing you can do is sweetly laugh, walk away, or ignore it, to play it right down. The only person who can stop this behavior is your boyfriend, and I don't think he'll be able to do that firmly until you're on your way out the door. Once you've left, however, you do need to tell him there must be boundaries on this sort of behavior, particularly as it will be in your own home. Thereafter, limit calls and visits and make sure your doors are always locked and you have a camera installed. That way you can say that you're not available and she will need to wait to be invited, as I'm sure she'll turn up unexpectedly to be let in like the queen. That's another thing. Mother-in-laws like this just want to be in control, and if they can't be in control, they will downright throw a huge tantrum. She doesn't want him to be with any other girl. She wants him to herself, and she doesn't want him moving out. She will take any and every opportunity to sabotage the relationship. She is an adult, she isn't stupid, and she isn't suffering from any injury or illness that would prevent her from making good decisions. So what she is doing is on purpose. She doesn't want to let go of her little boy. She views him as her little boy and hers forever. She doesn't see him as the adult that he is. You and he need to get out fast. I would strongly suggest that you both figure out how to make extra money and trim your expenses so you can build up your savings quicker and get moved out quicker. Consider taking temporary part-time jobs to supplement your incomes or ask for extra hours at work. Figure out how to climb the promotion ladder at work, because promotions mean more income. The money from the extra job or hours or promotions goes right into savings for your security deposit on an apartment. Start looking for places to rent so you can determine where you want to live and how much you are going to need. So this one was from 7 days ago. The next one is from 4 days ago. Mother-in-law sneaks in our room while we are away. I've added another post the other day about this same lady being in love with her son. I've also added this comment to someone else's post, but thought I'd add it here for some opinion and advice on what to say to her. Current situation for context: partner and I are living in the same house as mother-in-law and brother-in-law until we can afford to move out. We go away occasionally for courses and to see my family. Okay, here it is. Sister-in-law confronts me about seeing mother-in-law and brother-in-law laying in our bed and watching our TV while we were away. Bless her. Hey, I was just wondering if you were aware that whenever you're away, they stay in your guys' bedroom. A couple weeks later, my partner started seeing his brother wearing his shirts and jumpers, so it was very clear they actually went through our stuff. Hope they enjoyed looking at my toys. Anyways, fast forward to last week, we locked our door from the inside and my partner caught me as I jumped out the window. Old doors, we could only install an inside lock. And just as we suspected, the day we get home, we meet up with sister-in-law and she tells us, Mom got in the car last week, didn't even say hi, just immediately said that you guys locked your door and that's apparently not how we roll in this family. I hate that. If they are intruding in your space that should be your private space, you should be able to lock your door. You're grown adults. I hate that parents expect you to be like, oh no, you can go in my room and look through my stuff all the time. You're adults. So I really hope she did enjoy looking through your toys. Nosy bastards. I didn't realize I signed a contract that states, in this family, the way we roll is by going through each other's rooms and secretly sleeping in it while each other is away. After she actually asked to stay in my room, I might say yes, but the fact that this has gone on for a long time behind our backs really gives me the creeps. Also found out that one of her friends has stayed in our bed on multiple occasions without our permission. A heads up would be nice so we can actually change our sheets and whatnot. Actually, f*** that. I don't need a reason for people to not go in my room. Boundaries, eh? Have yet to see mother-in-law, but trust I am ready to finally balls up on that. What to say to her? Help. Also, check my page for another creepy story about her being in love with my partner. My God, I could go on for hours about her. Also, there has been 3 occasions that I'm aware of that I've left our bedroom door open for some airflow and I've heard her come up our hallway, so I pretend to be asleep and her fucking head pops in and she's standing there staring at us for a good minute. She just always wants to know what's going on with us. Fuck, I can't stand her. She makes my skin crawl. Thanks for reading. Tell me if I'm being a bitch. So, I don't think you are. Your mother-in-law is honestly being creepy. I read your other story. Very creepy. There needs to be some boundaries set by your boyfriend, husband. He needs to set the boundaries. He needs to be like, hey, I know I'm staying here, but you need to give us some privacy, some space. Like, we still need our privacy. We are adults. Here's a comment. Just you. Be ready for everyone to tell you to get out ASAP. I realize if it were that easy, you'd already be gone. Can you install a different door that has a lock with a key, or at least hide a camera, or blatantly put one up on the wall? By the way, you got me cackling over the visual of being caught sneaking out of your window. Here's another comment. Hang a blanket or sheet from the ceiling with thumbtacks just inside your door, where your door can still open or close. But when someone walks by, they can't see into the room without moving the curtain. Sew some bells across the edge and bottom so it makes noise when it is moved, so you will know if someone is peeking. When you leave for the weekend, strip your bed and leave it stripped. Take the remote to the TV with you or hide it somewhere else in the house, like behind the towels in the bathroom, in a box of tampons in your closet, behind books on a shelf in a different room. Leave the room basically unusable as best as you can. It is your stuff. You might be able to get a different doorknob for the closet that locks. That's a good idea. Wish I would have thought about that a few years ago. Damn. Here's another one. I was in the same situation as you a couple months ago. My husband went out with his friends and his mom thought I had gone with them. And as soon as my husband pulled off the driveway, his mom came into our room. The door was closed and I was laying on our bed. Then she swung the door open, and as soon as she saw me, she startled and scrambled. She had nothing in her hands justifying why she would come in the room, and her reasoning is that our cat wanted to come in. I got up ASAP and checked where the cat was, and she was in the other side of the house. She also will claw and scratch at the door, which is very loud, and I know that didn't happen. After that, I saw her go into my brother-in-law's room when he wasn't home, he's 24, and just locked herself in there for a good 5 minutes. Creepy. I don't mind her at all, and we do have a good relationship now that we are moved out. However, we used to butt heads very often. I get that. Me and my mother-in-law don't always get along. We've butt heads before, but she's never done this. Okay, so she recently posted a third one 19 hours ago. Mother-in-law thinks everyone she meets is an auntie, and I'm going insane. Hey, it's me again, third time this week. This lady is driving me insane, and venting to you people is the only way to soothe this anxiety. Please go read my other posts to see what other shit I gotta deal with. So for context, me, 19, female, and my partner live with his mom and his brother while we save to move out. Lately, I've been losing it internally because every day she brings up people from her past or randoms from the community and refers to them as auntie or uncle or nanny, like my boyfriend is meant to know who she's talking about. Most of the time he doesn't. She has to tell like 5 stories before he vaguely remembers who it is, if at all. Like, no, that's not his auntie. That's a woman he met once at a family barbecue in 2011. Or a random lady that they met in that or a random lady that they met in passing 10 years ago. Why are we calling her auntie? Why does literally every person you ever met got a title? I understand that very close friends and family friends can be called that, but I feel that it's not just a given. It's to be earned. It's to be earned. She just wants to be known or something. She also worked with a well-known gang in my country, like a group of 20 of them, as a suicide prevention social worker type thing. They did like a workshop or something. This happened one time and she always brings it up like she's super tight with them. Just casually name dropping people from the gang like they're her cousins. It's giving trying to be edgy energy, and I hate it. Then there's the sister thing. She keeps bringing up these 3 girls who my partner apparently grew up with and were like sisters to him. Updates us on their lives constantly like he's meant to care. I know she's only doing it to try to make me jealous or remind him of these girls he grew up with, but he literally doesn't give a shit and hasn't spoken to them since they were kids. She just won't let it go. She's the only one holding on to this false sister narrative, and it pains me every time she brings them up. Trigger warning. And on top of that, she talks about suicide, the way they did it in depth, or super triggering stuff in casual convos like it's nothing, knowing full well I lost my best friend that way when I was 15. It's just exhausting. Anyone else's mother-in-law like this, I feel like I'm living in a weird simulation of forced nostalgia and fake connections that no one but her believes in. So, I don't understand the whole family thing either. Like, I'm married to a Hispanic man, and almost every single family friend is uncle, aunt, cousin. All our friends are bro and brother or sister kind of thing. And yeah, some of our friends I do consider family. But my family is very spread apart, like my actual family. It's very weird to call friends family. I just didn't grow up that way. So I don't understand that either. Like that's really weird. And then the 3 sisters thing, she's just trying to bring up other women to try to get him to think about somebody else other than you, because she doesn't like you and she doesn't want you to be with him. She does not want him to be with you. She wants y'all to split up. She wants him to dump you any way she can because she wants all the attention on her. Because she's losing her little boy, her precious little baby. And the thing is no, she's not. If she wouldn't be such a pain in the ass, she would probably have him a lot longer than she's going to. And I really hope y'all do cut her off. Because in the end, when you guys have kids, it's going to be, oh, is your mother mean to you? Is your mother's just a bad lady? On and on and on to your kids. Because in the end, those will be her babies. just like your boyfriend is her baby. You will not be important at all. Okay, so some comments. In my country, well, we also refer to the elderly people as aunt and uncle, or if they are young, we say, I'm not going to even try to pronounce that. Or another word I'm not going to try to pronounce, which basically means big sister and brother. Not sure of the exact translation, but as I grow older, I also find it a bit strange. You clearly need to move out as you are seriously in the bitch eating crackers phase with your mother-in-law. Is the shit you're mentioning annoying? Definitely. Does it have anything to do with you? No. She's your mother-in-law. She has a personality you find annoying. She is not someone you would choose to have a relationship with if not for her son. So try to change the way you think about it, like, I'm so grateful that I don't have to deal with this crap from my parents or the family you've chosen, and recognize that there's no sense in being annoyed by something that doesn't have anything to do with you. About the suicide thing, mother-in-law, I don't want to hear about this, and walk away every time, but also move out. I forgot about the suicide part. That is awful. She, knowing that you have a friend that did that when you were 15, she really shouldn't be bringing that up. Like, and the fact that she's going in depth, like, that's against regulations. I'm pretty sure you could turn her in for that. Because, like, that's sick. She shouldn't be telling stories like that. She's just jealous of you and is doing anything she can to try to be interesting and relevant. She's failing miserably and is coming across like a creeper and a weirdo. Hang in there. Hopefully the two of you will be out of there soon. So I just want to mention again, this is hot_effect_7171. I'm actually going to try to keep up with her posts because I'm kind of interested. I do agree with that one person, like, you're just getting annoyed by her at this point. Now, she actively starts treating you like crap again. Please make more posts. I know this video was short, but that's just a little series that I found that I'm actually kind of interested in.